Next we read Matthew 16:15-16. He saith unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Again, Jesus seems to be reaffirming the fact that not only is reincarnation biblical, but there is an even greater incarnation waiting for believers, and that is to become sons of the living God. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God. If we continue reading Matthew, we see something rather astonishing. Jesus begins to talk about the gates of hell, building a church and binding and loosing things on earth and in heaven. Matthew 16:17-20. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Jesus the Christ. In other words, the gates of hell, that is to say the womb, matrix, and reincarnation, will no longer have any power over the church. Keys are involved as well. Wow, those are some very powerful verses. In the book of Revelation, we find that we will no longer go out of God's temple. Revelation 3:12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God. And I will write upon him my new name. This implies that we were there at one time, similar to Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, and that somehow we left that place. How many times has this happened? Remember that New Jerusalem is the mother of us all, and is representative of a type of quantum home in which we are born again into glorified bodies. What is the opposite of being born again of New Jerusalem? Job 1:21, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Returning back to our mother's womb. Is that so? Ecclesiastes 5:15. As he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor which he may carry away in his hand. Apparently, such clear and concise verses speaking of reincarnation, yet we are to believe it's all blasphemy because somebody said so. Trust nobody. More witnesses, please. Matthew 21:31-32. Whether of them twain did the will of his Father, they say unto him. The first. Jesus saith unto them, Verily I say unto you, that the publicans and the harlots go into the kingdom of God before you. For John came unto you in the way of righteousness, and ye believed him not. But the publicans and the harlots believed him, and ye, when ye had seen it, repented not afterward, that ye might believe him. In these passages, Jesus described two different groups of people entering heaven at different times. The only way for publicans and harlots to enter heaven before the Pharisees is through the process of reincarnation. Let's try another approach. If man is appointed once to die, then what about those that never die? Enoch, for example. Hebrews 11:5. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased God. See how the contradictions keep piling up? What about those that are raised from the dead, like Lazarus? John 12:1. Then Jesus, 6 days before the Passover, came to Bethany, where Lazarus was which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. Are we to assume that Lazarus never died again? Another curious verse. Hebrews 11:35. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Why would the women be the ones receiving the dead? Is it because they are the ones with whom that can accomplish the task of reincarnation?